Hi everyone, thank you for joining me in this video. My name is Josh. I'm from Continental Ace Syndrome Berhad. Today I would like to talk about the tips when we are installing our WPC decking. So without further ado, let us begin. Allow me to briefly explain what is WPC. WPC means wood plastic composite. It is made out of wood fiber or wood flour with thermoplastics. It is moisture resistant and rot resistant, meaning that it is much more durable comparing to woods. It is also termites proof and having a better heat resistant, so it is a suitable and a decent material to be used at outdoor. And furthermore, using WPC is maintenance free because we do not need to do recooling service on it. WPC is very easy to manage and very easy to clean. So if we want to install our WPC decking, what are the components? Firstly is the batten. Our batten comes in two different materials, which is aluminium or Shanghai. The selection for material is basically based on the site condition and also the customer require. Aluminium waterproofing elements allow us to apply for places where it is frequently wet or high in moisture level. And using the Shanghai batten can result a very rigid decking. So they are both comes in two different sizes, 25mm by 50mm and also 38mm by 20mm. Next is our Maxscore decking plank. Our plank comes in three different color choices and the standard size is 2900mm in length, which is slightly more than 9 feet, 145mm width and 21mm thickness. Also, we have to prepare the Maxx-Core start clips or stop clips. It is what we use to install the first row or the last row of our WPC plank. And the material of our clips is stainless steel. And number 4 is our Maxscore ABS T-clips. This clip function to hold our planks in place firmly, where we are going to use them to install after the first row of plank. And lastly, our Maxscore end plate. This end plate function to cover the edge of our WPC plank. The center size is 2000mm in length by 10mm in wide and 90mm in depth. And of course, the size can be cut or trimmed according to the site application. And these are the main components needed for our WPC decking installation. Also, don't forget to prepare the tools and the fittings for the installation of the WPC decking. We have to stand by raw plugs, screws to install the batten onto the hard solid ground, 12mm screws for our Maxscore stainless steel starting clips, and also 25mm screws for the ABS T-clips. And for the tools, we have to stand by the measuring tips for precise measurement, spirit level to indicate the floor level, power screwdriver to install the screws, and miter saw for cuttings and angle trimming on the planks. So before we start our installation, make sure to measure the site and plan our deck carefully so that we have enough material to complete the whole installation. Make sure the floor is solid and is ready for the decking. I would highly recommend customer to include supper drain. It helps in discharging the unwanted water faster and prevent the water storing. If the site is soil ground, I will highly recommend customer to construct a concrete slab floor where our decking can sit on top of it. Then the next point, our Maxscore batten should fix securely into the solid ground with a minimum 250mm to 300mm joist spacing. Take note that while installing the batten, we also have to leave a minimum 8mm gap in between the battens and also any surrounding walls or any fixed object. We should only use our Maxscore starting clips and T-clips because they are specially designed for our WPC plank. And when we are facing end-to-end plank joint, we have to double up the Maxscore batten and clips in order to support the planks. Also, don't forget to allow 8mm gaps in between the end-to-end plank joint. We have to take note that the overhangs at the end of the plank shouldn't be more than 25mm. And lastly, we do not screw directly onto our WPC plank because firstly it will affect the look of the decking, and it also can kill the durability of the decking. And now we know the important criteria and standards before the installation. Now let's take a look on the installation guideline. Number 1. Anchor the Maxx-Core joist at 300mm centers with screws and raw pucks. It is recommended that the surface has a slight fall to allow drainage. Allow a minimum 8mm expansion gap between the joist and any surrounding walls. So this is what we previously talked about. We have to start by installing the batten with a joist spacing at minimum 250mm to 300mm. The spacing is actually subject to change based on the site requirements and condition. Of course, a smaller joist spacing, meaning there will be a stronger base support. Also, we have to allow the expansion gap of 8mm between the battens and any wall surrounding it. And then number 2, fix Maxx-Core stainless steel clips to start position on joist using the 12mm stainless steel screw. After lining up and installing the battens, now we will install our starting clips using the 12mm screws. And then guideline number 3, fix first plank into Maxx-Core stainless steel start or stop clips. Secure plank on its other edge with Maxx-Core nylon clips, which is T-clips, using stainless steel screw. Tighten screws only lightly at this stage of installation to allow the later adjustment. We recommend using a short section of plank to help support the Maxx-Core nylon clips while screwing down. This is ensure the clips is fully straight for the next bolt to be slotted into place. Alright, so what it means in guideline number 3 is, after secure the starting clips here, we will install the first row of our WPC plank using the ABS T-clips. We can use any short section of WPC to push our first row of plank in place to make sure we secure the T-clips position correctly, because sometimes the clip may run out of position when we are using the power screwdriver because of the vibration coming from the machine. And then we will apply the screw lightly just to hold the clip's position in place. As per mentioned, this is for later adjustment. Okay, now let's take a look on guideline number 4. Fix further planks snugly together with Maxx-Core nylon clips, which is T-clips, and again a short section of plank to help support Maxx-Core nylon clips for screwing down. Remember to tighten the screw only lightly at this stage of installation to allow the later adjustment. So this is basically the same step we are applying on guideline number 3. Actually, we are going to apply this same method almost the entire deck. Let us take a look on guideline number 5. Double up Maxx-Core joist side by side to support any end-to-end planks joint. Use a Maxx-Core nylon clips on each joist to secure plank ends. This means that when we are facing scenario like end-to-end plank joint, we have to install another batten in order to support the plank, because the batten can only install one clips at one time. And then guideline number 6, leave an 8mm gap between end-to-end plank joint to allow expansion. This is very simple, I don't think I need to further explain this. And then guideline number 7, slot the penultimate planks into position, allowing the width of the final planks and its nylon clips. Screw Maxx-Core stainless steel start or stop clips in place. What it means is when we are about to install our second last row of plank, we need to install the last start or stop clips first, because the clip need to be installed inward the decking, so we will not be able to install the clips after we place the last row of plank. By placing each row of the plank, both of the row, into the decking alongside with the T-clips, then we will mark down the position of the screws where we are going to install the stop clips. Then remove everything and install the stop clips in place first. And then guideline number 8, fix last plank into Maxx-Core stainless steel start or stop clips. Slide final nylon clips into place and secure with screws. Check all decking planks are correctly aligned and tighten fully all the nylon clips screws. So after the last stop clips has been installed, we will place all the plank in place, and then we will slowly slide the T-clips in between the last row and the second row of the plank slowly into the batten position. Then we will install the T-clips into the batten. After double check everything is fine, then we can tighten up all the screws. And finally, the last guideline, number 9, if required, fit Maxx-Core end plate cutting length width as necessary to correct depth and fix into joist, with stainless steel screw at least every second plank. So after all the surface of decking has done, we can choose to cover the edge of our decking by using the Maxscore end plate. So this is it for all the decking installation guideline. Basically, as you can see, installing the outdoor decking is actually not as complicated as we think. I believe by following all the steps I mentioned just now, everyone should be able to do it by themselves. Here I have another good news is our company has made it easier for our customer to get our product using Shopee. Now you can get our WPC decking plank and the accessory for the WPC decking using the Shopee platform. Don't forget to check out our Shopee, and also don't miss out our Shopee crazy deal. We will provide our Shopee link into this video tip section. And lastly, if you still have any question regarding the WPC decking or other products in our company such as SPC, laminate or vinyl, please do not hesitate to contact with us. We are always ready to help you and assist you. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Josh from Untitled Chapter signing out. Thank you very much.